First Alert Weather Extra starts now.
Amanda, Weather Extra, a lot to talk about today, including a newly formed tropical storm Carl that's over the southwest Gulf of Mexico. We'll show you where that system's going. That's the disturbance we were tracking yesterday. And how about some rain? Well, finally some wet weather across Alabama, and that's what we're going to get into right now with our First Alert weather headlines. Dry at the moment, but wet weather on the way. We're still tracking a system that could bring a few showers overnight, and then a better chance for scattered showers and storms tomorrow, and a marginal risk for severe weather across parts of our area. What are we talking about here? Well, could be a couple storms with some gusty straight line winds based on what we are seeing. Right now, temperature 80 in Tuscaloosa, 82 in Utah. We're in the 70s in East Alabama. Still feeling pretty good right now, and still somewhat dry, but you can tell that the moisture levels are starting to increase. In fact, you can start to see some clouds building in from the south direction, some rain back to the west. This is that next system, but out ahead of this, we get the surge of moisture that comes in from the southwest, and as that happens and lifts into the region, we'll start to get a little bit of overrunning. We'll get a few spotty showers that starts to pop up late tonight, I think around Marion County, places like Double Springs into the Smith Lake area, Coleman County. We could have a few showers later on tonight, but again, a lot of that comes in late tonight, so if you're about to head out the door, you're looking good for it this evening. But this is where Storm Prediction Center has painted this low level risk of severe weather. It's a marginal risk, and it includes areas mainly north and west of 59, and this is mostly for late tomorrow night, because what happens here is, again, next 12 hours, it's going to take a little while for the atmosphere to kind of get primed in for rain. It's been so dry out there. That's why we've been optimistic, but we've been cautiously optimistic, because typically coming off of a dry spell like this, it just takes a while to kind of crack that dry spell, and it's going to take a little while for the atmosphere to recover enough to really favor that wet weather. And tonight and into tomorrow morning, I mentioned maybe a few showers tonight, but the model data suggests that after this first little chance of rain, notice around 1 a.m., that during the day tomorrow we could start to see another flare up by late morning, midday, some more showers, possibly some storms in here, kind of like a warm front setup. We'll get some development there during the day as that moisture lifts in. Some of those storms, it wouldn't shock me if we had some strong wind gusts, some intense lightning with any storms that did manage to form, maybe some small hail with a couple of those. That's showing 10 a.m., maybe a storm there around Tuscaloosa, but notice by 4 p.m. still showing possibility some wet weather in these areas to the south. There could be some areas to the south where it could end up being a rather rainy day or rainy afternoon. Areas to the north, it may be more hit or miss just based on what this radar data is telling us, or this forecast data. But then there's some indications, again, we might catch a little bit of a break. That first wave kind of moves on through, and then tomorrow night late, this is that final line, and with something like this is when you really need to watch out for some of those strong straight line winds. This moves in late tomorrow night. The model data showing out ahead of the cold front, that final push as it moves into Alabama. Could be some winds over 58 miles per hour. I'm not too concerned about a tornado threat out of something like this, but we'll need to watch. You can never say zero. We'll keep a watch on it. I think the big story, though, is going to be some of those gusty straight line winds as this moves from northwest to southeast. And also another thing to keep in mind, this is going to be weakening late tomorrow night as it moves in. And we see that a lot around here. These lines, once they start to kind of leave the upper level support, they start to weaken as they drop in. So that's going to be one thing that happens with this. I'm hoping we get some rain in some of these areas back to the east and northeast before this falls apart late tomorrow night. We'll certainly take what we can get. That all moves out early Thursday morning. So the rest of the day Thursday, not too bad, noticeably cooler. We're getting into that time of the year. We get these cold fronts, they move through, we cool off. A couple days later, start to warm up, and then we have another chance of rain. In fact, there is a chance of wet weather coming back this weekend. We're going to show you that coming up in a few moments. Live look here from the Alabama Power Building. There was actually a house fire earlier on the news at 6. You could see the large smoke plume, and we put it all together, and it was a fire that was out on the western end of Jefferson County there. 76 degrees, but I don't see the smoke plume anymore, so some good news. Looks like hopefully that's under control. Looking at the hourly forecast tonight, though, I mentioned staying dry through 9-10 o'clock, and then that wet weather is going to be rolling in here with that chance of rain for tomorrow. Meteorologist Lauren Linehan standing by. And Lauren, I mentioned that we're super excited that we finally have some rain, but we gave the first alert for when you break out that umbrella, just get ready for dust to go everywhere, right?
That is very true. Yeah, we are certainly going to be seeing it get a little dusty with with that rain coming in because we haven't had those umbrellas out in quite some time. And with the lack of rain, the fall foliage thus far this season hasn't been too impressive, but we do want to give you that fall foliage forecast. Now, what I'm showing you here is a map that actually comes from SmokyMountains.com. They're the one who normally comes up with that fall colors forecast, but we kind of wanted to adjust it a little bit based on, well, just what we've been seeing with our own eyes outside. We know we had a hot summer and we've been going through a drier period here. We've got some abnormally dry conditions across parts of central Alabama, even some moderate drought across North Alabama and South Alabama. So that could be impacting the colors changing and just how vibrant they're going to look. So right now it's October 11th. And if you'll notice across Alabama, you'll see most of us are in that yellow shaded area. So kind of patchy coverage right now. Now, as we go forward in time, next week, this map is showing, okay, we may begin to see some more, which I do think is going to be the case, but then showing us near peak 2 weeks from now. And I think that may be jumping the gun just a little bit. I still think we're going to be a little bit behind what this map is showcasing, showing us at peak late October, the first week of November, which I do think by November, we are certainly going to be seeing some more vibrant fall colors, but by then likely going to be more near peak. And even when it's showing us being past peak the second week of November, I really think that's when we're going to be seeing our peak fall colors. So if you're disappointed, waiting on the colors to change, don't worry. I do think we're going to be seeing some changes here within the next few weeks. As of right now, though, as we look at our fall foliage forecast, so this is the one we've come up here with on the First Alert weather team, still over the next week going to be relatively patchy. It's like, oh, you'll notice at least a little change in tone with the trees. But as we get into 2 weeks from now, towards the end of October, then we'll be like, okay, we're beginning to see that transition. And then at the start of November, second week of November, that's when we'll be getting to near or at peak. So it's coming just around the corner, but certainly, Wes, one thing that can affect the vibrancy of the colors they look is going to be dependent on, hey, have we gotten a lot of moisture here recently? And that unfortunately hasn't been the case. So maybe this little bit of rain we could be seeing could help maybe just a little bit.
Hopefully so. You can really tell. I've noticed. I got out there the other day, raked up some leaves. Now the yard's covered up again. I mean, it's like you flip a switch and all of a sudden it's fall, right? You start to see those colors out there. But very interesting, and we will certainly keep you posted on those fall color reports. If you are traveling to the mountains this weekend, I'll show you that forecast coming up right here. Also coming up on First Alert Weather Extra, we are going to talk about what's happening beyond the 7-day forecast. A lot of events going on. We have the Greek Food Festival coming up here. We're going to show you what's happening at Kentuck and also that low-end severe threat for tomorrow. More on that as we continue next on First Alert Weather Extra.
When 6 on Your Side investigates, the issues that directly impact you matter most to us.
That's why we're getting answers on rising prices and how you can save some money.
And being another set of eyes looking out for your kids and your family.
Getting to the bottom of health and billing issues that may be hidden in the fine print.
How events nationwide are affecting you here at home.
WBRC Fox 6 is always here on your side, ready to help. This is why 6 on Your Side investigates.
These are your mornings, and Good Day Alabama is built to start them right. The only station staying local on all platforms all morning long. In your community, giving you a deeper perspective with the largest team dedicated to you. Showing new stories from overnight, helping you get through your day. With First Alert weather and traffic, getting to the point, not wasting your time, these are your mornings. Prepare for a good day. Prepare with Good Day Alabama.
When moments turn severe, how do you find clarity?
This is your First Alert from the WBRC Fox 6 weather team. We're with you as we prepare for this threat.
In a season of constant change, when you need to know first, when you need to prepare, only one team gives you the first alert wherever you are. A trusted team staying ahead of what's next in your neighborhood. Stay alert. Stay with the First Alert weather team. Live, new, and on your side, beginning at 9 p.m. In a day filled with clutter and noise, WBRC Fox 6 News breaks down what you need to know before anyone else. With new updates, live and on the scene, answers for your money and your livelihood with 6 on Your Side investigates. And your first alert for the hours and days ahead with the WBRC First Alert weather team. On your favorite platforms every night. WBRC Fox 6 News at 9 and 10. on your side.
Welcome back to First Alert Weather Extra. I'm meteorologist Lauren Linehan. Of course, we cover the weather and climate on here, but we would be doing Mother Nature a disservice if we didn't also cover some cute animals as well, right? Well, we actually have new footage from a Chinese zoo that has released footage of rare quadruplet Bengal tiger cubs romping around in their environment. So a Bengal white tiger mother gave birth to the 4 cubs in July, and the furry siblings have been thriving under breeders' care. The rambunctious crew attracting plenty of visitors, of course. I mean, I may have to book a plane ticket to China. I think Jill would be more than happy to come with me as soon as this is over. Tigers are considered an endangered species, especially the Bengal tigers, by the World Wildlife Fund, and that means they face a high risk of extinction in the wild because of habitat loss. And I just kind of want to keep slowing down what I'm saying so we can watch this video all the way through. I think it is like 2 minutes of tiger video. So an instant mood booster. I think my catophilia may be a little offended though. So we also take us on the other side of the world in the Western Hemisphere. A zoo in New Zealand has also seen the birth of some cute babies. They more than doubled their population of endangered ring-tailed lemurs after 4 different females gave birth to twins. The Wellington Zoo says all 4 adult female lemurs were first-time moms. They were not sure whether they'd have success with breeding them. Know that feel. The first set of twins was born in August and the final set was born last week. The population of ring-tailed lemurs made famous by the 2005 movie Madagascar, unfortunately, is declining in the wild. So we're going to switch gears just a little bit here. Still going to be talking about animals. You know, we love to talk climate on here. And the latest plan to fight climate change actually takes aim at livestock. We check in with reporter Tina Kraus for an update all the way across the pond.
Cows do it a lot with no apology, belching up a greenhouse gas called methane, which scientists say can be 80 times more damaging to the environment than carbon dioxide.
Jacinda, nice to meet you.
New Zealand's Prime Minister wants to slap a tax on the harmful habit, forcing farmers to start paying for emissions from their livestock.
Importantly, all money raised from charges on emissions will be recycled back into the system to fund further research, tools and technology.
Jacinda Ardern says farmers can recover the cost by charging more for climate-friendly products. But critics argue the world-first proposal ignores measures many farms are already using to counter greenhouse gases.
This initiative actually sends the wrong signals to the wrong sector and isn't sufficient to address the climate emergency that we're in.
The plan includes incentives for farmers who reduce emissions through feed additives. These calves are drinking a milk formula blended with kombucha, a probiotic experts say reduces burping.
We were able to show that we got a reduction in methane of up to 20% in those animals.
Farmer David Ackland hopes the government will throw out the tax plan.
We'd really like them to think again.
But with about half of New Zealand's greenhouse gas emissions coming from livestock, climate ministers are anxious to push the proposal through.
So I don't know how we feel about taxing cow burps, but I am a little intrigued to see if they've got any kombucha at the grocery store, because y'all know me, bougie, love my kombucha. Coming up next, we are going to be talking more about the storms that are coming in, that first alert for some scattered storms tomorrow, and then meteorologist Jill Delarty gives us a look beyond the 7-day. First Alert Weather Extra. We'll be right back.
Remodeling a shower or bath can be tricky with gas prices up and tight monthly budgets. Cost is a real concern, but West Shore Home is helping homeowners get the shower bath they need right now. I'm joined by Kirsten from West Shore Home. And Kirsten, tell us, how is West Shore making bath remodeling affordable?
So Joe, for folks who want to get their bath or shower project done right now, we have a very special offer. We know that monthly budgets are a little bit tight right now, which is why we wanted to make this offer available to everyone. If they give us a call, we have 18 months of no payments and no interest financing. That means they can get their shower or bath done now and not have to make a payment for 18 full months.
So you're saying people can get their new shower bath installed right now and not have to worry about making any payments or paying any interest until 2024. That's really helpful.
Definitely. People love this plan because it allows them to be flexible with their finances.
Can we see some projects you've done recently?
Absolutely. So here's one where the homeowner wanted to replace their old fiberglass shower with something more new and modern. So we replaced it with a beautiful marble style shower with an easy low step entry and a beautiful shower door.
That is amazing. Perfect combination of safety and beauty.
It definitely is. So let's take a look at another one. These homeowners were struggling with mold and mildew from their old tile. They were tired of scrubbing. We were able to give them this beautiful new shower that is so much easier to clean. You can get a new shower or bath just like this when you call right now, and you won't have any interest or payments until 2024.
Kirsten, thanks so much. Folks, do not put off that shower or bath project any longer. West Shore Home is making it affordable to take care of that bath project right now. West Shore Home is extending this offer for 1 week only. Free installation on all shower and bath projects. And for a limited time, they're doing 18 months of flexible financing. That's no payments and no interest until early 2024. This is an offer you don't want to miss. Call the shower and bath experts at West Shore Home now.
Welcome back to First Alert Weather Extra. We are streaming on our YouTube channel. Also, don't forget about the WBRC streaming app. If you're watching us on a streaming device, we have an app that you can download. You can catch absolutely Alabama's, also archives of First Alert Weather Extra as well. Of course, tomorrow night we'll be tracking some wet weather, and that's going to be a big focus if you check in on our streaming platforms for First Alert Weather Extra. Here's that 7-day forecast, and there's that wet weather chance tomorrow. May need to actually bump that up based on some of the new data coming in, but it looks like a pretty good chance afternoon, and then again late tomorrow night a chance for rain. That's going to move out early Thursday, so most of the day Thursday may have some of those clouds lingering through mid-morning, late morning, but looks like a beautiful afternoon there, around 78 degrees. That north wind returns. We drop into the 40s again. Perfect weather for sideline Friday night, and Saturday we are also looking good there. 82 degrees, sunshine. Clouds start to roll in on Sunday, and we could see some more wet weather Sunday night. First off, where we'll start to see some of that rain areas to the north. It looks like a greater chance, and then some of those showers spreading south during the overnight and into Monday, and possibly a thunderstorm Tuesday. It looks dry and cooler again. We start to warm up, we get a chance of rain, and then another drop in those temperatures there towards the middle of next week. So here's the next 24 hours. This is from the HRRR High Resolution Rapid Refresh model, just one of the high resolution models that we have, and it actually agrees quite a bit with our in-house Barron model, 3 kilometer that we show as well. And you can see it shows later on tonight as that moisture starts moving in. Someone a few moments ago shared a picture of some cirrocumulus clouds moving in over Chelsea down in Shelby County, and that is a clear sign the atmosphere is starting to moisten up, a good sign that we have a chance of wet weather right around the corner. But tomorrow in the early morning, late tonight, we could have a few sprinkles. If you have any building supplies, anything that needs to stay dry outside, make sure you cover it up tonight, because every location won't see rain. However, there will be some spots out there where we could see a nice little passing shower later on tonight, so plan for that. In the morning, there may be a few showers around. This model doesn't show a lot. It shows maybe a break in the action, but again, that coverage of wet weather is going to ramp up again at times during the day. The models really favor a period of rain setting up south of I-5920, maybe even close to Tuscaloosa and Birmingham. You see that, some rain and storms by late morning, and there could be 2 or 3 hours there where we see off and on showers and scattered storms for some locations, but there could be areas where the rain's very, very hit or miss during the day tomorrow. Models really favoring the southern half of the coverage area as far as the greatest chance during the day and into the afternoon, and then it looks like that wave of rain kind of passes on by, and that really primes us in for the final push. Cold front moving in tomorrow night, and out ahead of that we'll see a line. See that? Moves in, dives in from the northwest, and what will happen, this will weaken quickly as it starts to get closer to places like Coleman, Birmingham, down in towards Centerville. But as this moves into the northwest part of the state, it still could be packing a punch. This is what we're most concerned about. If we do get any strong to damaging wind gust, it would be out of this line as it moves in. That's going to drop in from the northwest, and then that moves to the south. Again, the severe risk, it's marginal. It's been a little while since we've had a major risk of severe weather, so just make sure that bit. I'm not saying a major risk of severe weather this time, but any risk of severe weather. It's been a while. Make sure the batteries are fresh in your NOAA weather radio. Double check that weather app. Make sure you have the proper location programmed in there just in case we have a weather alert or two. Of course, we'll be right here tomorrow night. Check in with us 9, 9:30, and 10 as we track that wet weather. And there's a look at Thursday morning. Notice how that moves out quickly and then we cool off again. This is the Barron model projections on the rainfall, and this shows some areas. Notice Gadsden not showing a lot, and then you look over here at places like Fayette showing over an inch of rain. Areas to the south, look at Greensboro there showing over 2 inches. Demopolis, Greensboro, down in towards Centerville. I know those lakes down around Hale County, that's going to be nice to see a little bit of rain in those areas. 63/100ths of an inch, over a half inch around Talladega, maybe over a half inch around Pell City. So, you know, not every location. I can't promise you a lot of rain in every spot, but there will be some areas that get some much needed rainfall here. And I think everybody will see at least enough to settle the dust out there. And by the way, some of these showers moving in late tonight, late tomorrow. It's been a while since we had rain. Sometimes, you know, you get a lot of traffic on these roadways out there. That first rain, you know, the oily surface sometimes can get a little bit slippery. So just take it slow out there tomorrow on those wet roads. Play it safe going into tomorrow night. Friday, Saturday, sunshine. And again, I mentioned that cool down, but notice how we warm up and then the rain comes back there late Sunday and into Monday. So that's what we're looking at. Of course, we're tracking Tropical Storm Carl. That's going to stay over the southwest Gulf, maybe drift back towards Mexico. But now we're going to talk beyond the 7-day forecast as we do here on First Alert Weather Extra. Meteorologist Jill Gilardi. Jill, you know, it's nice to see that Sunday, Monday, another opportunity for some wet weather coming up here.
Yes, we desperately need that kind of pattern setting up once in a while. Even though we tend to be below average this time of year, we still need some rain, especially since we've had, a deficit in many areas. The outlook isn't the greatest beyond the 7-day. It's showing kind of equal chances, but I was looking at some of the data and perhaps another chance after about the 17th, maybe around the 22nd. So we'll be watching that. So every 7 days, perhaps there'll be that opportunity for a little bit of rain out there. Again, nothing happening right now, but that will be changing by morning. As we take a look at the temperature outlook, you can see back to the west still that predicted above average heat. Meanwhile, we are included in that chance for below average temperatures, and I've also seen hints of that with that long range model data anytime between the 19th and 22nd. The GFS model has some 30s here. Meanwhile, the European says maybe not that quite cold yet. So something we'll be keeping a watch on, certainly beyond the 7-day. We'll be back here very shortly. Stay with us.
When 6 on Your Side investigates, the issues that directly impact you matter most to us. This is why 6 on Your Side investigates.
These are your mornings, and Good Day Alabama is built to start them right. The only station staying local on all platforms all morning long. Prepare for a good day. Prepare with Good Day Alabama.
When 6 on Your Side investigates, the issues that directly impact you matter most to us.
That's why we're getting answers on rising prices and how you can save some money.
How events nationwide are affecting you here at home.
WBRC Fox 6 is always here on your side, ready to help. This is why 6 on Your Side investigates.
In a season of constant change, when you need to know first, when you need to prepare, only one team gives you the first alert. A trusted team staying ahead of what's next in your neighborhood. Stay alert. Stay with the First Alert Weather Team.
When 6 on Your Side investigates, the issues that directly impact you matter most to us.
Being another set of eyes looking out for your kids and your family.
This is why 6 on Your Side investigates.
Live, new, and on your side. Beginning at 9 p.m., WBRC Fox 6 News breaks down what you need to know before anyone else on your favorite platforms every night. WBRC Fox 6 News at 9 and 10. On your side.
When 6 on Your Side investigates, the issues that directly impact you matter most to us.
That's why we're getting answers on rising prices and how you can save some money.
This is why 6 on Your Side investigates.
How will the weather impact your roads? The First Alert Weather app has live traffic updates and road conditions for a safer commute. This is why we First Alert.
WBRC Fox 6 News. On your side.
Going into tomorrow, how can you get prepared for the weather for the upcoming day? Well, you might want to grab the umbrella just in case. It's going to be a little warmer in the morning hours, and we're looking at warm temperatures in the afternoon, so maybe a light jacket early, but once again, you might need to grab the umbrella. We could be dealing with a few showers in the morning hours. By lunchtime, we're looking at mid-70s, and I'm thinking by tomorrow evening, that's when we have a better chance to see some showers and storms with temperatures mainly into the lower 80s. Notice by 7 p.m. we're looking at perhaps better chances for showers and thunderstorms. So we're going to have to watch out for the radar for any storms that develop. So if you are going out to the Coleman County Fair tomorrow evening, monitor the WBRC First Alert weather app. Obviously, if you hear rumbles of thunder, that's your cue to not be outside. You want to be inside and be safe. But we are looking at temperatures at 5 p.m. in the 70s, cooling down into the 60s. And the same idea for Birmingham Legion for the soccer game at Protective Stadium Wednesday evening. We might have to deal with some showers and a few storms. So we're going to be watching that very closely over the next 12 to 24 hours. Now, as we go into Thursday, we are looking at some improvement. We could see some lingering showers early Thursday, but if you're heading out to the Birmingham Greek Food Festival, kicks off at 10:30 in the morning, we could see a small rain chance, but other than that, we're going to see decreasing clouds, some sunshine, and temperatures warming up into the upper 70s. And if you're out Thursday evening, you might need to grab a light jacket. We'll likely see some 60s after 7 p.m., cooling down to the upper 50s by 10 p.m. Of course, we always look ahead and want to take a look at the forecast for the Gulf Coast. And right now, those water temperatures obviously dropping as we're getting later into the month. We're now looking at those water temperatures right around 74 degrees, so kind of chilly along the Gulf Coast, and a moderate rip current threat continues for the next several days, and winds will start to pick up as well, right around 10 to 15 miles per hour. But if you're just going to stay by the shore and enjoy some of the sunshine, assuming it's not raining, once again, make sure you apply the sunscreen, that UV index in that 6 to 7 range, meaning it's in that high range, so that burn time right around 20 to 30 minutes. So make sure you apply the sunscreen, grab the hat and sunglasses, keep yourself protected from the sun. Now let's talk about the rain chances along the Gulf Coast. This is showing future radar for Wednesday afternoon and evening, and there will be chances for some showers and thunderstorms across the area. So a first alert for that. It could be kind of stormy at times going into Wednesday night into Thursday morning, but that cold front moves on through, and we're looking at pretty pleasant weather going into Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening, and the weather looks very nice going into Friday with temperatures mainly into the 80s. So here's a look at that Gulf Coast forecast for the next 6 days, and we're looking at a good chance for rain tomorrow, but we dry out Thursday into Friday. Temperatures very pleasant, and then we could see a small rain chance perhaps going the early part of next week. And maybe you just want to enjoy the fall colors. I know the leaves are changing, especially up towards the mountains in the Smoky Mountains areas, so I can't rule out some rain and storms for Wednesday and Thursday, but notice we dry out Friday and Saturday. Cooler temperatures, 60s and 70s for highs, lows well in the 40s, and could end up kind of chilly going into the middle part of next week. But hey, wherever you go, we would love to see those photos if you're at the beach, and of course we love to see all those fall leaves change colors. So make sure you download the WBRC First Alert weather app and submit those weather photos. Just scroll down, you'll see the camera with the 6 on it. Push it, and then right there you'll be able to get submit your photos, and we can just share right here on Weather Extra.
Yeah, we always want you to push it real good, those photos on the weather app. So over the next 7 days, we are going to be seeing some pattern changes, specifically tomorrow. We got some storms coming back in. We'll have 2 rounds, one in the morning, early afternoon, and then later in the day, in the evening, overnight hours. The severe threat is low, but looks like the ingredients could be a little bit more favorable north and west of I-2059. And then tomorrow as well, that breeze is going to pick up. But here we go into Thursday and Friday. We're going to see a bit of a transition back to a cooler weather pattern with temperatures back down in the 70s, 40s for Friday morning, but then we warm right back up again as we get into the weekend, and then a first alert for maybe some more storms in the forecast heading into early next week. But we could certainly use the rainfall, so hopefully you'll see some tomorrow. But Wes will have an update tonight on First at 9. I'm meteorologist Lauren Linehan. Have a safe and happy Tuesday evening.